Hey guys, Crafty1 here, and welcome back to another video. Today is the first episode of my Nintendo news show called Nintendo News Weekly. That title is subject to change. If you guys have any sort of creative titles for this, comment them down below, and I might actually use it next episode. But if I don't find any good ones, I think I'm going to keep Nintendo News Weekly. Kind of sounds interesting. Anyways, we got a lot of news to cover today, like Katy Perry releasing her new Pokémon song, Nintendo Switch getting a calculator, and talk of a Legend of Zelda anime. So let's get right into it. First up today, we got Nintendo getting a firmware update being 12.0.2. It didn't really do much in the front end, but in the back end, it did do a little bit to the core operating system, updating the Bluetooth driver and the application manager, but nothing too exciting. If you guys want to find out more of any of these topics I've talked about, in the description below is a list of all the articles I've sourced from. So as you guys know, Nintendo released a new Switch Lite color being blue, or is it purple? A lot of people have been arguing about this online. It's kind of like the new gold blue dress debate, but Nintendo officially recognized it in a Nintendo Minute video unboxing. The Nintendo Minute crew officially recognizes the debate, even bringing in some characters like Waluigi to determine what color this Switch Lite is. At the end of the day, they did determine it is blue, but I still think it looks more like a GameCube purple. One big rumor that started this week is the Odyssey studio making a Donkey Kong game. Many people reported on this, like a higher respected Donkey Kong site called DK Vine and then a leaker named Zippo. They both had conflicting information though on if it's going to be a 2D or 3D game, but I'm pretty sure it will not be in the same vein as the Country series, so they might be going the 3D approach. I'm pretty sure this might be announced at E3. If it is a thing anytime after that, I'm pretty sure we'll just shut it down and it was never a thing. But if it does come out, it might come out the holiday season. I'm personally hoping for a 3D Donkey Kong game more than a 2D, but I'm fine with either or, especially by the same team who made Odyssey. Next, I'll be sourcing from Famitsu magazine, where they showed some figures for the highest selling games in Japan. These are for the 2 weeks spanning from the 26th of April to the 9th of May, revealing that the Pokémon Snap had a really great start. The top two selling games in Japan at the moment are the new Pokémon Snap and Monster Hunter Rise, but in third place is Resident Evil Village, selling at 111,000. Pokémon Snap selling at 194,000. The Switch is still dominating in the console market though, having the Switch and Switch Lite being at the top of these 2 weeks. PlayStation 5 being in third. Again, if you guys want to see these charts for yourself, be sure to click the links in the description. Recently, we did get an announcement of an E3 app along with what attendees will be experiencing. If you officially sign up to E3, which is free, you get access to exhibitor booths, lounges, forums, leaderboards, and a profile creator. The exhibitor booths are basically the stuff you'd find in like live streams like the Nintendo Direct and Microsoft presentations and the Ubisoft conference and everything like that. I'm pretty sure that'll still be available to the public, even if you don't have an account, but there might be some weird circumstance where they require you to have an account just to watch it. Lounges and forums sound like the same thing. It's just gonna be a place where you could chat with other people. Leaderboards and profile creation sound very interesting. It said they're gonna have like games where you can earn scores, I guess, and profiles where you could display your user on those leaderboards. I find this very interesting. I don't know what games they're gonna have and how they're gonna track the score. It could just be browser-based games, which is kind of disappointing, but I don't see anything else happening. Overall, I think they're doing a great job of trying to make this feel like an actual event and not just companies displaying live streams at the same time. If you guys do want to hear more about E3, be sure to check out my E3 2021 predictions. Should be on one of these corners. There I go over what I think Nintendo's going to do for E3. Perry's Pokémon song, dubbed Electric, is going to be released this Friday. This video should come out on Saturday, so it should be already out, so tell me how that went. But it's a part of the Pokémon 25th Anniversary collection, and apparently the song is based off her life story, and with the sneak peeks we have seen, it is not going to be CG animated like Post Malone. I'm kind of happy about that. I do like the semi-realistic approach they're going, like Katy Perry being real and then all the Pokemon being CG, because the CG in the Post Malone concert was great. Just Post Malone himself, I don't know. Before we go any further, if you guys like what you see, be sure to hit that subscribe button so I know I'm doing a great job of what I'm doing right now. And comment down below what you think I should call this series, if I should keep it Nintendo News Weekly, or if you have something else in mind. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of these videos. Anyways, the Switch has games. Of course it does. But it did just get a calculator for $10. And it looks worse than the iOS version. So why buy it? Really though, if you're gonna buy this calculator on the Switch, you're gonna need it to calculate your finances. What's crazy is a lot of people are blaming this on Nintendo and how it's crazy they're selling an uber expensive calculator, but they don't determine the price, the people who make the product do. Either way, I'm not picking it up, but there's a calculator on the Switch now. Next, we got some pretty big news for Netflix and Zelda as an anime. An editor on Netflix Castlevania discusses the potential for a Legend of Zelda anime and how it may happen. We do know there is kind of a live-action pseudo Game of Thrones that was based off of the Legend of Zelda franchise made by Netflix, but Nintendo did scrap it because it got leaked. But the team at Zelda decided to have an interview with the Powerhouse Animation's David Howe. He is the editor on the current Castlevania animated series airing on Netflix. They discussed many things, but most interesting on how a Zelda adaptation would work. David Howe stated, "Well, I think there's precedent for it. I personally own a couple copies of the Ocarina of Time manga, so they already adapted it into a serialized manga format. And I think if something works in a manga format, then it would work in an anime." Either way, when discussing a Legend of Zelda anime, I think a lot of people think of the old cartoon, which I say that more of a cartoon than an anime. But he does have a good point. The manga's already out there, and a lot of good anime are based off of manga. But if the manga's already good, there's no reason why an anime wouldn't be. It's just moving manga. I personally have a collection of the manga. I personally have a collection of the manga right here. This has a bit of the Majora's Mask and A Link to the Past. I have read this almost like 18 times, probably more than that. I have read the rest of the series from the library. I probably should just buy the rest of the manga. Anyway, let's get back to it. But overall, if they adapt this manga into an anime, it would definitely be a hit. Next, we have some more information from Famitsu Magazine, because they do the coolest stuff and the coolest articles. But they actually did a survey for the 1-year anniversary of Animal Crossing, and they asked questions like, who is your favorite villager? When did you start playing? And what is your favorite furniture series? I am honestly surprised about the results. Dom won with 652 votes, and Marshall won with 480. They're two people I didn't think at all. Raymond came in third with 440 votes. Also, around 50% of the player base are old-time veterans. They played Animal Crossing games before, and this isn't their first Animal Crossing game. And I find that very interesting just because there's a huge install base now with Animal Crossing. And lastly, I wholeheartedly agree about the furniture series that won #1, and that is the Ironwood furniture set. I have played this game for a whole year now, and I still haven't collected all the recipes for it. Anyways, that furniture series is the best, and I love these little surveys Famitsu's putting on. Lastly, we got some big news on Nintendo and what they might do on the rest of this year. During an interview with Furukawa, one question addressed the current scale of active Switch users, and after discussing the console's recent influx of new owners thanks to Animal Crossing New Horizons, Furukawa took the opportunity to confirm that many new titles will be launching this physical year. He stated, many new software titles will be released this physical year, starting in the first quarter, which we think will help continuously expand the range of consumers who play Nintendo Switch, to include those who haven't played Nintendo Switch in a while, or are completely new users. We already know about Mario Golf Super Rush, Skyward Sword, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Either way, it's super exciting to know concrete, definitely, that we are getting some new games. I think Nintendo was just kind of holding off till the end of their physical year with Mario, that being at the end of March. I'm pretty sure all of these new games are going to be shown at E3, and if not, another big direct later down the line. That is the end of this week's Nintendo news. These will be recording a little bit later, so I'll get more information in. I'm only recording this on Thursday because it's my first time recording one of these. So information should be more up to date the next time around. If you guys do like this style of content, smash that like button, subscribe so you guys don't miss another one of these videos. I'm uploading videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Comment down below what you think I should call this series and if I should keep the name. Also, what did you guys think of the Katy Perry music video? I haven't seen it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's already great. Anyways, I'm Crafty Type 1, and this has been your Nintendo News. I will see you guys next week.